Oh no, we're aiming way too high right now. Oh, actually, we are getting some hits. Yes! All right, there it goes. It is now launching spuds everywhere. Oh my goodness. Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. In today's episode of Scrap Mechanic Creations, it is time for more ultimate cardboard destruction, and that is right guys, because I have here a brand new creation. This is the cardboard Battleship, and as you can see, this thing looks absolutely awesome, and of course, it's totally destructible and made out of cardboard. And if you haven't already noticed, there are a whole bunch of Spud guns here. We got twin mounted cannons. They are absolutely awesome. We're going to be checking out this entire ship, and if you look over there, there is another one over there, so we're going to be shooting at that one. We're going to take a look at some of the destruction physics of a floating ship in the game. And that is not all, guys. If we take a plunge into the water behind us right here, you can see there are actually a few more very interesting creations, and these are underwater mines that will be able to destroy these cardboard ships, because I figured the cardboard cannons just would take a little too long to destroy something like this, so we're also going to be completely demolishing these things. So let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to start off with a quick tour of this battleship. So like I mentioned, of course, it is completely made of cardboard, and I think that the cardboard texture actually doesn't really look too bad. I mean, if you kind of use your imagination, you can imagine it as some type of metal plating, but in reality, this stuff is extremely flimsy. And you know what I mean? I'm surprised that these things aren't getting soggy at all because they're in water, you know? Anyway, we're gonna carry on down here. This is the mounted Spud guns, guys. This thing is absolutely fantastic. We're gonna be hopping up into the bridge there very shortly to start shooting these things, but it's really cool because they actually fire in sequence from top to bottom. We're gonna have a lot of fun shooting these, actually. So I did add a few detail parts. One thing I do like to do is mix cardboard with non-cardboard stuff, so that way you actually have some permanent debris that might fall off of the ship. So you can see there's some air vents, as well as some bollards here. We can tie the ship up if we need to. And of course I have little breezeways here on either side, and this leads you right here to the back of the ship. Now this is the hangar as well as the flight deck right here. You can see there is some safety netting that goes around the whole thing, and you can actually even bring the safety netting up like this. So when you're sailing, you know, normally you would bring the safety netting up, and if you had a helicopter on board and you wanted to make sure nobody fell off the side or anything, you can put the net right back down again. And you can actually even open up the hangar door right here like this. I don't think you would ever fit any type of helicopter in here, but you also have some flight control lighting as well, just to kind of signal some stuff to the helicopter pilots. Pretty useless stuff. Ultimately, you're never going to land a helicopter on this thing, but it's just there to kind of add a few more little detail parts that you can demolish. So the flight deck will lead you down here to this little quarter deck right here, and there's not much here, just a few more little permanent structures. So let's make our way to the inside. All you have to do is go up this side right here, and there we go. We are now inside the ship, and like I mentioned, guys, this is a hover ship. This thing is completely off of the ground right now. You can actually see, you know, there is a bunch of false water, so there's a whole bunch of thrusters, and we're gonna go down to the bottom of the ship. I guess you could kind of call this the bilge, because there is a whole bunch of water down here, but this is where all of the thrusters are, and this is where everything is controlled from as well. So there are some sensitive parts inside of the ship here. As you can see, these parts, if you get hit by a stray bullet or a stray spud, you might lose some of your steering, but I did kind of add a little bit of protection, but I didn't want to make it too protected. I want to be able to actually destroy these things. Now there's nothing really up at the front there except for more thrusters. And then all you got to do is go up this next staircase here, and this is the main bridge. Now you do have a beautiful view. Look at that. You can see the other ship right next to us over there. But I will mention that this is where all of your buttons and switches are for controlling this ship. And so I decided to put them in a little box like this to give them a little bit more protection, but you never know. Someone might be able to actually finally shoot at your controls, and you will start losing the ability to maneuver your ship. Now this is pretty cool. This is pretty much just kind of like your stability sensor board here, so you can actually see which thrusters are firing. They're divided into like your front left, front right, back left, and back right. So you can see they're pretty much in sync. We're level from left to right, but we are probably trimmed a little bit to the aft end of the ship here because you can see these ones are staying on longer. But we'll hop into this seat right here. This will give us a beautiful view of the entire ship. Now, this is the captain's chair. So this is what you're going to use to steer the entire thing. If we press the 3 key, that is going to give us a little bit of forward momentum here. As you can see, we start cruising along. I had 1 and 2 already activated. Those are just for your simple thrusters. And then 4 and 5 actually gives you a little bit of list control. So you can actually see here, we can tilt the ship to the side that way, and we can also tilt it to the side that way as well. And that is just to hopefully give you a little bit more stability. And there is an A and D converter that you use to turn left and right just like this. And if you can use them in conjunction with 4 and 5, you stay pretty stable. Now, this is the seat that controls the cannons. Now, this is the seat you want to be in, and it's kind of special, actually, because you can control the turning from the ship here, as well as your roll control. And I decided to do that because what you actually do is you turn 3 on right here. So let's actually do that right now. We're going to start moving forward, and I'm going to hop into this seat right here, and we are going to be able to actually turn the entire ship just like this. So the reason why I did that, of course, like I mentioned, was actually because I wanted to be able to control the cannons while also steering the ship. So let's actually just kind of turn around a little bit, and I think this is probably the best time to actually start shooting at that other ship over there. So let's make our way around and take some shots. Actually, before we make our approach, I just want to show you guys these cannons in action. So you press 1 and 2, and that will give you your turning from left and right, just like that. And if you press W and S, that will point them up even higher, and you can point them down, of course. And 3 and 4, you can actually activate them individually, the front one and the back one. So there you go. You can see that is the shooting sequence right there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and I don't think that they're shooting too fast. I didn't want to be able to, like, completely obliterate one of these ships in a matter of seconds. I wanted to actually be able to put up a fight and have, like, a sea fight that actually lasts a bit of time here. So now, let's start shooting at that ship. Alright, we are making our approach. Let's actually start aiming as close as we can to them. There we go. Alright, we're going to open fire now. We got Spuds launching. Alright, we got to aim down. We are making our first approach. Look at this. Alright, yeah, we're getting some hits here. Alright, we got to turn these. Oh no, we're aiming way too high right now. Oh, actually, we are getting some hits. Yes! More hits. Oh, I think I just hit the side of my own ship. Alright, yeah, we are definitely getting a whole bunch of hits in. Alright, so I've actually decided that it is way too hard to shoot at this thing when you're moving. I mean, if you wanted to have an extended fight, then absolutely. But I just want to get a whole bunch of destruction going right now. So we're going to pull up alongside the other ship just like this. We'll actually be able to get a chance to see just what the passing damage looked like. Alright. I don't want to go too fast here. Let's slow down. Alright, this is it. Let's do this. We're going to point the guns. Let's turn them on. 3 and 4. There we go. Alright, this is... I feel like this is a little cheap, isn't it? We're just pointing right at the thing. But this is so cool. Look at this. We're taking a whole bunch of shots. Let's aim down a little bit more. Oh, I just saw a part go flying into the distance. Wow, that is so cool. Alright, this is a gorgeous view of the destruction happening in real time. Look at that. Alright, let's see what does it look like over here. Oh man, that is absolutely menacing. Alright, I'm gonna aim these down a little bit lower. I wonder if we can, like, I mean, I guess we're not really gonna ever slice the ship in half, but I really wanted to kind of get rid of one of the crucial components. I gotta admit, though, this does look absolutely fantastic, but I gotta say, guys, this is just not enough destruction, so why don't we go and check out some real destruction? Alright, so we definitely put the potato smack down on that battleship right there, but like I mentioned, it was just not enough. That is why I have created these bad boys. Alright, in front of us here, we have 2 underwater Spud mines. These things are absolutely fantastic. Now, right here, you can see we have a huge field of this kind of simple design right here, and I've also spawned a couple of the extremely terrifying ones. So first, we're going to check out this one here. This is just the simple mine. Now, what will happen is if you're riding your battleship and you end up steering over top of one of these things, this is what's going to happen. You will see a whole bunch of Spud cannons will start launching right up underneath the ship. And I guess this is kind of to simulate like a bit of a weapon device or something like that. It's a bit of a trap at the same time. But because this one is so simple, I decided to spawn in a whole bunch of them. So we're going to be taking the battleship and trying to get through this little section right here. And this one over here is the terrifying one. I call it the Disc of Doom because as you can see, there are a couple discs with spud guns pointing in every which direction. And I gotta say, this thing is absolutely terrifying. So there are sensors all around this thing. You want to stray away from it. I've put a laser beacon on the top to kind of give you a warning, but you could definitely lay these out across the map. They are a little bit laggy, that's why I only have 2 of them spawned. But let me give you guys a terrifying demo of this thing. We're gonna hop onto that sensor and watch what happens here, guys. It goes up, and it just starts spitting out spuds. Like, look at this. All around. It's just spinning, launching spuds in every single direction. And you definitely don't want to go near one of these things. If you're steering your ship in one of these things, you are going to have some massive regrets. But guess what? That's what we're about to do. Alright, so I decided to hop onto this battle-scarred battleship because I really did want to check out the damage that we did cause to it with those cannons on the other ship. Now look at this, guys. Oh, you can see there is loads of hull damage on the superstructure here. Look at this, holes everywhere. Oh man, a whole bunch of damage has been done. You know what, before we go up, let's go down these stairs right here and see if we got any holes down here. It would seem as though I did not aim low enough to actually puncture any of the hull down here, which is alright, but now, oh wow, look at this. The stairs have been blown out completely. We have to hop over. Oh man, there's holes in the deck. Look at this, we have to kind of be careful here. There's holes everywhere, wow. Okay, you can see that there was a hole torn out completely right here from one side to the other. It was actually slowly making its way through right here as well. And I want to check out the buttons and switches. You can actually see there is some damage, and it did start to slowly expose some of the buttons and switches. So if you had a long enough fight, you could definitely see one of these ships sinking. But you know what? We have to make one sink right now. Alright, this is going to be our first approach at the underwater mines. We're going to go through the field first before we go through those giant devastators. And you guys know, of course, that there is going to be some destruction cam for this one here. Alright. We are making our way to a whole row of them. Uh-oh. It looks like we are completely lined up for this. Oh yeah, there they go. We are getting hit underneath the ship by these mines. Oh my goodness. This is not good. I can only imagine what kind of damage this is doing to the ship right now. And there we go. Oh, wow, we're still getting hit by one. And there it is. Alright, we have successfully passed through the minefield. Let's check out that destruction cam and then do one more pass. Alright, now that was beyond epic, but let's do one more pass, get another awesome bit of destruction cam footage. We're gonna pass through like 5 of them. Oh my goodness, this is 5 water mines. Oh man, yeah, we are taking a lot of hits right now. We're still going though, still going. I don't know how we are still managing this. Okay, no, we are starting to sink. Look at this, guys. We are slowly starting to sink. Alright, let's check out the destruction cam footage one last time, and then let's take one last little tour of this thing before we go into the Devastator mines. Alright, so again, up here in the bridge, we are completely blown up. Look at this, we got holes everywhere still. Now this is where the real damage is going to be, underneath the ship. Let's get under the water here. Look at this. Wow, there are so many holes everywhere, especially here at the back. Look at this. It is just riddled with holes. And I wonder actually how many of them actually made it up above here. If we kind of jump around, it doesn't really seem like any of them really made it to the next deck up. But I would say that those mines are pretty simple. They aren't the most dangerous. Oh wow, actually look at this, the front is also chewed up as well. But if you were to be in a battle with somebody and you kept on driving over these things, I bet you'd be having a bad time. But we're gonna respawn this. We're gonna start with a fresh battleship, and it is time to tempt fate. Alright guys, it is now time for the Devastator mine, and I really think we're going to be getting some extremely epic destruction cam footage. So here we go, in 3, 2, 1, it is time for the grand finale. Alright, we are going to slowly make our approach up to the sensors, and I'm going to actually just park this thing right next to the mine so we can actually just really see what the whole thing is doing to this. Alright, there it goes. It is now launching spuds everywhere. Oh my goodness. We are getting chewed to pieces right now. Look at this down there. This is just absolutely devastating. I'm so excited to check out the destruction cam footage after this one. Alright, I'm starting to get some really bad FPS drops. We're dropping down to like 10 FPS right now, and okay, hold on. There are parts and pieces flying everywhere. Uh-oh, guys, I think we're sinking. We are starting to sink. The damage is done, and we are slowly breaking scrap mechanic. Oh boy, this is amazing. I think we might crash the game right now. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting like 1 frame per second right now, which is, you know what, it's totally fine by me. It was so worth destroying this battleship, and look at it, it's just slowly sinking ever so slightly to the left here, and I mean, this thing must just be filled with blocks. You know what, let's try and respawn this and assess the damage. I did it. I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I was getting 1 frame per second. I was so patient, guys. I waited literally like 10 minutes to finally, I mean, I was trying my best to maneuver and spawn this thing on the lift, and look, I actually did it, and this is the end result of that Devastator mine right there. Look at this, guys. This thing was shredded to pieces, and it's very unfortunate that I guess the game just couldn't handle it. I mean, I really wanted to see this thing completely shred into pieces, but I mean, nonetheless, this is beyond epic. But how about we check out that that destruction cam footage there? I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. I sure hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you really soon. Well, guys, I sure hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Scrap Mechanic. Some amazing destruction with this battleship, and of course, the small mine and the bad boy there. That's the Devastator mine. Some absolutely epic stuff, guys. So you can check this out on the Steam Workshop for yourself. They are so much fun. And of course, guys, if you did enjoy these builds, or if you did enjoy the video, then let me know, please, by hitting that like button or saying something down in the comments. It'll certainly help the channel out. And if you guys did enjoy this, you want to see more Endless Scrap Mechanic, then consider subscribing to the channel as well. Maybe even turning on some notifications and getting the latest and the craziest coming from me in Scrap Mechanic. Alright, guys, I'm gonna take off and leave you with this right here, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, so bye for now.